Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Asarai, and well, you're here. So quite recently, AMD has sent to me one of their graphics cards for testing. Now this is also in line with the recent release of the PC version of Horizon Zero Dawn, which was released, I believe, for the PS4 back in 2015, 2016. I got into the game. Again, I'm not really a console player, so I only had like maybe 10 to 12 hours of gameplay in that particular session, and I never really got back into it. Now, with the with the being sent of the graphics card, they also sent me and really the game itself for me to test it out and show the capabilities of this graphics card. So without further ado, I'm gonna introduce this graphics card, but not before I do like wear this headset real quick because I don't know, I'm a gamer. It doesn't make any sense, but it's fine. All right, so this graphics card that they sent me is the 8GB version of their Radeon RX 5500 XT. Now, this is of course from their partner Gigabyte, and this thing is, I would say, a really good value right now. Of course, this is, I believe, a mid-range graphics card. So if you're looking for something not too expensive and not too cheap, and you're looking for, best bang for your buck, this should be around that particular price range. So let's just get started and check out what it can do. So I'm going to be dropping out the specs for you right now, guys, right in front of you, and let's go. Okay, so aside from that one, guys, I am also going to be clarifying what specs I have right now for my PC. I have a Ryzen 7 2700X. I also have 32 gigabytes of 2833 megahertz RAM, and that's about it. Also, I will be playing this one on an HDD because I just want to see how it is on a kind of typical setup. Like, you won't really put this type of big game on an SSD if you don't have like a 1 terabyte one. Usually you'd kind of want to be able to just buy an HDD and put all of your games in that. 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes is going to be enough, and this thing is kind of big. I think it was around 70 gigabytes of download, so it's a pretty beefy game in terms of the size. Anyways, guys, let's go into it. And again, just for another thing, I won't be doing a screen recording on this one. I will just be using my camera to show you guys the gameplay real quick because I don't want any kind of software that might affect the processes of my PC, so I can give you the full raw gameplay experience. And I know that recording might not have a big difference, but if it's still a difference, I want that to be removed and for you guys to see as clean of a gameplay as possible. So let's get started. So okay, we're right into the game already. I'm actually just starting off in this game. This is like the kind of the weak spot for Horizon Zero Dawn, since this is more of a how do you call this, a story driven game. Even the tutorial mode is a very drawn out part of the story as well, where the father figure to you, Ross, is going to try to give you as much guidance as possible before you turn into a young adult. So that is kind of like, again, a long drawn out thing here, where if you played Horizon Zero Dawn before, you might find incredibly tedious, but you know what? You just kind of will through it and enjoy the scenery. So right now, I am kind of just shifting the game from the high quality or the ultimate quality mode to the favorable performance mode. Now at low quality, we are getting frames of about 34 to 40 frames per second, and this is all being monitored to the Radeon software. I'm not going to use any other third-party program software or anything. I'm just going to use the Radeon one. And honestly, you can feel it from time to time that it is playing around that particular FPS, but it's still smooth and pretty good. Now, another thing is I actually went for the performance favorable mode, and it boosted up the FPS from 30 to 40 to around 50 to 60, which is significantly better, and the performance is definitely much smoother. But you can really see, because everything is set to low, that the graphics quality, the details that you see within the game are not as good. And honestly, for me, if you're going to be playing such a game like this, which is about the story, which is about the beauty of the game, you're better off just setting everything to maximum. And I mean, it's not a competitive game, so you're not really gonna be feeling the strain of not having those extra frames per second. And again, the 5500 XT is doing a fantastic job, even though we are already reaching 99% already on the GPU percentage workload that is being shown on the software, as well as the VRAM being put to its paces. The CPU is definitely not being bottlenecked, as we are only hitting about 70 to 20% on the Ryzen 7 2700X, and my RAM is hitting about half of its load, which was it's 32 gigabytes. So yeah, but you can really see the detail of this game is fantastic. Also done, being shown by my camera and by my monitor, which is a 1440p 165 hertz from Gigabyte Aorus as well. So I'll leave all of this up to you guys to think, to, you know, decide for yourselves if you think this is a good enough game for you. Honestly, for me, or not really the game, sorry, but the GPU. Honestly, the GPU is doing, I would say, a good enough job that for its overall performance and being right now where it is in its power output, you know, its graphical power output as a graphics card in the Radeon lineup. I think the RX 5500 XT is nothing to actually laugh about. Like, look at this, the quality of this one. I'm gonna try to do some like quick flicks and everything, you know, just to kind of show you guys like the dips and everything in terms of the frame rates. It's actually still doing pretty well at 35 to 37. And honestly, I mean, obviously you'd want something better than that, but if you're looking for something better and you have enough budget, you might want to go for the other options for the 5500, you know, for the RX lineup. But if you're tight on money, but you still want to be able to enjoy your games at a decent amount of frames, 5500 XT is, I think, where you're at. So there you have it, guys, the RX 5500 XT. If you guys are interested, be sure to check out the website of AMD for more details about this graphics card. Definitely something to look out for if you're on a budget, if you have somebody that you want to introduce to video games, PC video gaming, and you know that they won't really go for high end just yet. This is something to go for entry level and maybe even mid level builders that are interested in, you know, going for an upgrade. Maybe it's time to get yourself a new graphics card to be able to handle the games that 2020 above and even below are going to be you know, throwing your way. Also, something, guys, that I want you to invite you at again is join us for the AMD Streamers Challenge. Now, this thing, if you guys have seen some of my posts, is a kind of big and drawn out for a couple of months event hosted by AMD, where they're inviting a lot of content creators that you guys have known from the region or from the countries of Southeast Asia, you know, from Philippines, I believe Malaysia, Japan. I know Japan's not in Southeast Asia, then let's make it maybe Pacific region for you guys to try to join in with and play. And here's the kicker. So you can play with your favorite content creators, find new ones, and even win yourself some really, really good prizes, such as AMD products. This other stuff that I have right now in my hand, this is a beautiful headset, this beautiful chair, it's all there for the AMD Streamer Challenge. All you gotta do is go to amdgaming.gg, that's the website, register, and be sure to be live or, you know, online when the event starts. So that's it, guys. Hope to see you on the next one. Asteroid, peace out.